Hey guys, hope you are all having a fantastic day. Today was yet another bearish day, though I would pose that it wasn't anywhere near as bad yesterday, so that's good. Quickly, remember that tomorrow both the Nasdaq and the New York Stock Exchange will be closed due to Thanksgiving holiday. On Friday, the stock market will close early at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, so we will have a very short trading window. Still, I plan to release a video or two tomorrow, and two on Friday. This morning's video was actually really fun to make, and the reaction I received was incredibly wholesome and supportive. Thank you all you who showed up. Big shout out to some of the new patrons who decided to support the channel too, as well as those who donated. You guys are amazing and I am so blessed to have such a great audience. Today, I want to treat the video as if it were Friday, since aside from a couple hours of trading on Friday, today was sort of the end of the week for trades. I have a small but really interesting and important update on inflation, as the Fed made some statements about what is intending to do about it, and it aligns perfectly with what I said would happen. We also have a date for GameStop's quarterly earnings report, along with what analysts are expecting it to be. Before we begin, let me quickly state that I am not a financial advisor, and that all content discussed in this channel is simply information gathered that I deem important for people to know, so that they can make informed decisions. All efforts are aimed to better understand the nature of the current market in anticipation of the greatest squeeze in financial history. Let's get started. Fed members acknowledged they are ready to start raising interest rates again if inflation continues to run high. Officials had an early meeting this month where they expressed their concerns about inflation. The committee noted that they should be prepared to adjust the pace of asset purchases and raise the target range for the federal funds rate sooner than participants currently anticipated if inflation continues to run higher than levels that are consistent with the committee's objectives. After agreeing on this, officials quickly went out to do some damage PR, stressing people to be patient with their approach regarding incoming data, which, as you guys might already know, has inflation running at its highest pace in more than 30 years. Following this important meeting, the Federal Open Market Committee indicated it will begin cutting back on the monthly bond buying program that had seen it purchasing at least $120 billion worth of treasuries and mortgage-backed securities. The Federal Open Market Committee also said that substantial further progress in the economy would allow a $15 billion a month reduction in purchases, $10 billion in treasuries and $5 billion in MBS. What I found most notable here is that some members of the Federal Open Market Committee actually wanted an even faster pace to give the Fed leeway to raise rates sooner. This is very important, because in previous cycles, the Fed has raised interest rates to cool the economy, but now we have officials saying they will allow inflation to run hotter than normal to let the employment picture improve. Something very strange is happening here, ladies and gentlemen. The attitudes and actions by people in charge of fixing inflation seems to be very strange and unconventional. What they are doing really doesn't give the impression that they even know what they are doing. Almost like running around in circles trying to fix something while simultaneously breaking 3 other things at the same time. My overall impression of this is that we called this day would come weeks ago. We said the Fed would be raising interest rates once again because it is quite literally their only option going forward unless they want everything to break. They are now worried about a market reaction for the most part, and are quickly trying to tell people not to stress. All in all, we were right in the money calling this would happen. Inflation continues to be a mess that nobody really knows how to handle or fix. Moving on, we have GameStop announcing that they will be reporting their fiscal third quarter earnings results on December 8th after the closing bell. They will be hosting a post-earnings conference call for investors and analysts at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on the same day. The consensus for per-share losses for the quarter through October is 52 cents, while revenue is projected to rise 18.3% to $1.19 billion. I expect great things from GameStop, and we could finally see them announcing their partnership with Loopring during this earnings report. All in all, I am very excited to see what this company's results are. They have been expanding a lot and working on the back end to integrate their NFT services to grow new revenue streams, which is great. Whether we get to see them announce it during this quarterly earnings or not is anyone's guess, but I think it would make sense based on some other information previously discussed that indicated that they would do it before the year's end. Do remember that these dates are often postponed based on a multitude of variables and factors that change dynamically, especially when collaborating with another company. Still, I can't wait to see what they have to report. Let's now talk about today. The Fed submitted over $1.452 trillion in reverse repo operations today. Dark pool trades for AMC accounted for 61% of the total volume today, while dark pool trades for GameStop accounted for 44% of the total volume today. AMC had a larger amount of buy orders than its sell orders, with GameStop also having a larger amount of buy orders than sell orders. Now, let's talk about performance. AMC traded bearishly, losing under 1% for the day. AMC had a rather abrupt trading session during the pre-market. After rising a bit from 39 to 39.54, AMC came down to 38.70 where it would slowly start climbing up. Upon market opening, AMC dipped back down to 37.55. After reaching this low, the stock would bounce back, breaking above the VWAP once again and reaching 39.33. It would then trade between 38.70 and 39.10 for a while before breaking support and falling back on the VWAP. Here, AMC would then bounce up again, reaching 39, but would be unable to hold these levels, so once again, it fell back down to the VWAP. After a small period of time trading on it, AMC would then bounce back, closing at 38.89 above the VWAP. It is clear they subjected a lot of short attacks to weaken this as much as possible to get it to close below 40 by Friday. As for tomorrow, like I said, Nasdaq and the New York Stock Exchange will be closed. As for the limited time window of trading that will be available on Friday, I think AMC could see a run to 40 since today the stock was making higher highs and forming an ascending triangle pattern. Support will be found at 38.50, 37.50, and 36. Resistance will be met at 39, 39.099 and 40.26. GameStop traded bearishly, losing under 1% for the day. GameStop opened to a small above 222, but that would be very short-lived as shorters took GME down to 208. Here, GameStop would bounce up and then dip again almost to similar levels. After the second dip, GameStop bounced again, this time breaking the VWAP and holding support above it for a brief period. It would be unable to break resistance above 217, so consequently GameStop dipped and broke VWAP support, falling and trading underneath it for a long period of time. Near the end of the day, GameStop was hit with a short attack that had it close at 211.78, below the VWAP. As for Friday, GameStop will find support at 208, 204 and 201. Resistance will be met at 213, 217 and 222. I think hedge funds want this stock below 210 on Friday, so let's hope those few hours of trading will be met with a big bullish wave of buyers. If not, then I guess we will quite literally have a Black Friday deal for GameStop. And that is all I have for you guys today. I wish you all a great Thanksgiving. Let me know what you guys are planning on buying for Black Friday, if you are even planning on buying something. Like I said, I will probably release a video tomorrow at some point. I could even release 2 depending on how much traffic there is. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest day, enjoy spending time with your families and make the most out of it. I will link this morning's video in the comments below so you can check it out if you missed it. Let me know what you thought of the video down in the comments below as well. Remember to watch the morning video if you missed it. If you want to support this channel, I have a Patreon link in the description as well as some one-time donation links for Cash App and PayPal. Thank you again for being a part of this channel. I will continue striving for better content. Enjoy the rest of your day and to the moon.